Hello guys, welcome to a model A video. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've done a model A video, but I want to do a few changes with what battery I have on my phone, which is not a massive amount, but I thought I'd do at least half an hour video with it. So I want to get the railway set up, get the controller set up with the trains I want to run tonight. I no idea what trains I want to run. I'm kind of guessing what I kind of want to go for, but I'm humming and hawing about it at the moment because I do want to run mainly the 43s, but I do want to run some others as well. And I do want to get the Panya running, however, but I'm not sure how to do that because if I do the Panya, it's got an engine issue again. Seems to be a constant issue. Right, okay, East Coast is definitely on the list for tonight's video. GNI is also on the list for tonight. I'm going to have to find a wheel before I can get it running. So what we're going for tonight with the trains? Well, that's a good question. Because I think the clip just pinged out. Did the clip ping out? Yes, it did. I'm not going for it, it's just a clip, it just pinged out of the clip, which is more than I can say out of my previous problems with my past model experiences. That's better. There we go. Let's get her power car out. Get East Coast as well out. All of them are going to be running tonight in the 43-foot range. You guys are very much looking forward to this. I'm studying myself. I've got so much organising to do. Got shelves to put up, I've got books to put away, I've got so many things to organise. Just having the time for all of it is not a problem. Strange. I'm saying strange for what reason? I just found that really bang at the door earlier was a bit odd. Not shaken up by it, it was just a bit weird. I'm not going to get shaken up by something that small. not necessary. I guess it's someone's just being stupid, but who knows? Been a lot of drunk young people around recently, I noticed. That's all I can say. Seemed to happen when I was having I've been down in Plymouth for an appointment or something else. I just don't see the fun getting drunk at all. Some of you guys might disagree on that opinion, but some of you might agree. I know I've been a big drinker myself personally, but other people are different, of course. But it doesn't do your liver any good. One of the other reasons I don't drink very much. Doesn't do your lungs or your liver very good. So that's why I keep my mind productive. The things I enjoy. So it's wasting my time with things that just kill you. Right, okay. Mind off of that now for now. I'm just gonna keep my mind on the things I enjoy. I think for the most part we're going to go with the 43s, I think, today. Which some people are going to say, well, when you just do something different, it's slightly different to what you used to. I'm going to, but I've got to organise everything, which is not the easy thing. This will be about a 20-minute video, ish. I'll say ish because I just don't think it'll be any more than that for tonight. For anyone who's new to the channel, welcome, and if you continue on to watch my channel after I stop making YouTube content at the end of this year, you can still watch them if you wish to. They're not going to go away, but if you want to come and join and watch them, then you can. I am going to do one more live stream for the end of the year. I know some people really like the live streams I have done, others people are not so fond of them. Well, it depends on my videos I've done. If they're the better ones, then they're actually pretty decent live streams. They're not anything about all the negative outbreak of my past issues, because that's in my very old videos. That's not something I live on anymore. I actually have got rid of a lot of the old videos from that time, and was anyway true. To be honest, no, none of those old videos, those ancient videos, are not something I would say they actually didn't mean anything to me, really. I talked a lot of random crap back then, which didn't make any sense to me when I last looked back at them. But yeah, it's just something I would say it was a past phase. That's what I could say about them. And I would never call it anything else, because it is just a past phase I went through back then. But yes, it's just one of those things, isn't it? So I am not worried about it. What happened then is not what happens now. But yeah, I'm gradually getting rid of some of the old videos as well, because I didn't think the content was great on them either. So I'll be basically going to reorganise some of the old content from that time, the better ones from that time, just to give it a bit more pep into the channel without being, I don't know, negative about it, if that's the right word to say. But yes, it's something I would say with honesty, if I was going to, that spark there. There we go. The train will be connected between each other very shortly. Where's the 43 lights? Well, here's the 43. She's going to cancel, I think, when she moves. She's a little bit grindy, but I don't think she'll be a massive problem to the system. I think she's just a little bit moany and groany because she doesn't actually run on a daily basis. I haven't fully run her in either, so I need to run her in before she goes on to basically the 2-line tracks I'm going to be setting up leading up December and right over to the new year. It's because there's going to be plenty of things I'm going to be doing, upgrades to this line that I know for a fact people want to see this, but they don't want to see all the boring bits, which I understand. So I'm going to jump over certain areas which might bore you, but I'm going to keep the exciting bits separated from that area, so that way you guys can enjoy the best bits without being bored to death. Which I completely understand why most of you don't want to see the long process of how a proper railway set up, because it does take hours and it does take a lot of time and patience with it all. Which is why I don't do a lot of video how to build a Model A series on video anymore, because I just don't necessarily see the point, really. I mean, I do it for other people if they ask me to, but on YouTube, if they ask me, they want to see a video how to build your Model A series, I'll do it. And I have got one more series for you for the Model A series coming up soon. It's not yet, it's coming up, trying to think when it's going to be. It's going to be sometime during next week, not the Tuesday. I think there might be one on a Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday will be normal train stuff, which will be quite nice for some people who really are fond of watching the mainline stuff paired to the Heritage or the Model A series. I mean, I'm not going to force you what you want to watch and what you don't want to watch, because the stuff is for free. The stuff doesn't come with any money involved. It's just for free. You can watch it and decide if you like it or not. I am doing this off my own back and not someone else's. If you're wondering to ask that comment for people new. I've been doing it off my own back for 9 years, and I didn't realise how much I made a difference to some people's lives where they consider themselves to being grateful that I make some interesting content on the platform for them. It might be shorts, but people seem to like it. So, I mean, when I put the Flying Scotsman up onto the channel last year, just a month after it, the Flying Scotsman actually happened on the end of April, beginning of May. People loved it. I mean, literally, they went bonkers for the thing. So, I mean, that's probably because it's the famous iconic steam train from 1924, something like that. So it's the world famous steam train out there. I think it's on par with the city of Toronto. I think there's a few of them out there that people are big fond of. What's the plan for on Friday. Friday this coming week. Gosh, I mean, it's getting so close to Christmas now. Yeah, I'm guessing what's going to come up now is, right, yeah, the next thing I'm going to bring up for you guys is the upcoming video for Christmas this year. Is got plenty planned from the 1st of December right up to the end of the year with the 24th of December, and I will be ending my channel with a big video for you. And I'm going to pre-make it Christmas Eve, so I'll make it half of it day before Christmas Eve, and then the last bit will be ending it or making it off on Christmas Eve, so you guys can watch it over your own free time, which people might like, which is what makes them happy, because let's face it, it does take a while to edit everything and get uploaded and organised, everything pre-planned for the new plan for next year. But yes, it's my choice what I did with the channel, and I just done what I thought was the best thing to do at the time, which is fine. I mean, some people continue doing their own content for the rest of their lives. Others do not. I'm one of the category of people been doing it long enough to realise it's not a career for me, it's not a dream, it's just a bit of fun. And you know, after a certain amount of time through your life and you're doing content for so long, you just kind of get to a point in your life you just don't want to do it anymore, which most people do eventually get to that point. Some of it take longer than others. Right, okay, let's get the East Midlands 43 going now. We've got all the tracks set up. The track is in desperate due for claim. The pannier is up there. I'm going to try and get a motor working. Just going to set it in the right direction. So in the forward go. Running. I'm going to keep that the way I come and get some great shots of it. Just bear with me while I do so, because I can't see everywhere. And what I'm going to do is zoom in so you can see her in her colours. I'm going to put her thing down there like that. I'm not going to say much for this video because I want you guys to enjoy yapping along through the video. I don't want to do that for you. I just want you to enjoy watching the content, talking about different directions, and I will talk to you afterwards. There you go. let's get the next time going. We've got GWR next. Don't know what the names are. Here we go. I've already a little bit of a story about this one. Just try to take a while for the journey. She'll be back on herself for the evening. So, even though she just decoupled her train car and her coupling. It's going way too fast. Right, okay. So I'm going to bring these mid-lane 43 back around her train. I'm just going to put a power car back on so she can go and couple her coaches again. Yeah. So I'm going to leave a little story for you before I end this one off. Apparently not the case with her. She was very fine earlier. Why she stopped now? There must be something catching her connection. There's nothing here. She pinged out of place and listened. That is why. I don't know why it's connected like that. Good noise. That connection will be relevant to the train itself. Now if you turn around smoothly. So the thing is with this train, I just want to quickly end with this. Where's that corner? That's strange. So yeah, this East Midlands 43 Tuesday and your life. Coach. Coach making that squeak. How weird. Just put me off guard. Yeah, so this particular set in real life, she's actually out in London at the moment. It's in London, London Victoria, I believe. And it's going to Birmingham Street up to Didcot Parkway. So this particular train is running on that line at the moment. With her particular 6 coach set with her ex-GWR castle set character on the back of her. And yes, she is still up and running. So if you want to see her, the best time to go and grab her. Can't figure out by your hands. But you can go and see her on the main line while she's out and running. As for the other sets, the 43 sets, there's probably going to be a big fundraising coming out either next year or the year after. So I will be out taking photography or photos of them and maybe some shorts put on Facebook for you. Lining up side by side of where the routes they're going to go, and they're going to have loads of binoculars out on me. So, please, just very like-minded, 40 people are going to be out and running whole of country of next year and the year after. Probably going to be more likely the year after. But I'll just keep your heads up for that because it's not that far away when they're going to come out and start running on between London to Thames. And they could be running these ones down to Thames. next year, which means all the 43s, all the older units of the 43s between this livery, the castle set, First Stroke Western, Intercity, Grand Central, First Stroke Western, Virgin, Intercity Bond, there's just many of them. They could be coming out next year, even because Country we might make an appearance once again. But we'll survive with that face passion next year. I tell you, I'm not going to miss that for the life of me, because I'm definitely not missing the 43 celebration year, 50 years service. That's definitely, I am not missing that for the world. And it'll be great because next year is my 30th birthday. So it should be great to celebrate my 30th with that going on. I'm just gonna come around and I'll just so she's a beautiful unit, that's why I have her. And she was quite a bargain really for a 43. She was about 340 to when I got her. So she wasn't the cheapest of models, but she was still worth it in my eyes. She's still worth that money. Even she might be, the cost that she did. I basically paid for her and her coaches, which the 2 coaches were £111 each for 2 coaches, which is bonkers in my eyes. I don't think it's worth paying £111 for 2 coaches. I mean, these are Mark 2s or Mark 3 coaches for these Midlands. So, don't know tell you what they're thinking. I think that goes to Hornby and kind of my hills themselves for that, because both of them are not great when it comes to the well-being of the customer and the quality of the unit itself. She doesn't sound great, does she? And may I go and say, I will speed her up because she would probably be worth to warm her up. I mean, the diesel hybrid range of these beauties, there are a range of different sets out there now. And I know for a fact that she is one of those sets. She was actually the one, I'm not so sure I was behind her last week. I don't think I was behind Cardiff. I was behind the Aston Martin and Taunton Castle, I think I was behind. I was travelling on the coaches with one of the power cars at the front, and it was Aston Martin and Taunton Castle, which has been around for a long time. Both of them have been around for a while. So obviously they've done some work on them to get them moving. And the Aston Martin was having some issues with a engine failure or something they had on it, but I think that's because the engine actually seized over the car because it was slipping for a while. Alright, I'll go for I'm gonna move this out of the way, guys, and move the power car out so you guys can see her. I'm just gonna check the tracks over there while I'm going. Quickly track over there. Probably me organising all this. Trying to get multiple different angles for you. Go around again. Here she comes. She can move if you want to. I mean, this is cardboard on the front, powers. So, just do that as much as I can because I'm mixing the trains up tonight with all the 43s. So Cardiff, which is to get there, and I'm also going to get out the Junior. But before I do bring out Junior, I want to bring out First Rate Westerns, and Training Car, because both of them are going to be running both the cars set carriages tonight. And I don't have the First Rate Western coaches for her, so she's going to be, we've got, after the First Great Western sets, we've got East Coast to go through, Junior and Intercity, and then after that we'll end the video off, which will be great because it means as soon as I can get this finished and directly uploaded to the channel, you guys can go and watch it. It'll be brilliant. And it will be great for me because it means you guys can just watch out meanwhile for hours to edit the thing beforehand. First Rate Western with the company coaches. Very fast. Right guys, I'm gonna leave in different directions. She's a fast email. Very nice. I'm gonna let it go through. There we go. Just need that. I mean, she's not at full power and she's really launched herself in the limelight. She's really business. I'm going to slow down a little bit. I think maybe with the stick. That's better. Let's just bring to a stop for a moment. Just doing a... I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to zoom in so you can see the nameplate. There you go. It's stepped on. It's the name of the 43. As you can see, it's the First Great Western livery 43, which I know a lot of people like because they are probably one of the classics. I mean, apart from the Intercity set and all the other older generation ones, which everyone knows, she will be out later as well. The Intercity will be out later because I got her in the BR livery. So there she is. Just want to show her the lights before I up her power. Yep, they're quite bright. I haven't given full power, and it's just a touch of the power. There you go. Now I only touched her halfway and she's now moving pretty quick. Just get her up at a sensible speed. Here she comes. Pretty quick. Especially for a 43 on a fairly small layout. He's not going that slow. So, yeah, she's a pretty reliable 42 when it comes to performance, very smooth, and she's a good performer. She's got great detail as well, which I would definitely recommend. If you're looking for premium models by Homey, Batman, Haldren, Dapple, and there's a couple of others as well which I haven't investigated yet, but I want to investigate soon. Just move the phone into a different range of perspective. I don't know where I can put it. I'm just going to move it here. Move that way. There we go. Now you can see it from a slightly different perspective. Give me a draft authority speeding faster than anyone. Doing about an average of about 65. But I'm going to say this is going to be the end of this train because I do want to get onto the other trains and it's already 39 minutes. So I do want to get on to the next one. You've seen one of the Great Western or First Great Western. It's now called Great Western. The company is now called Great Western Railway. It was First Great Western, now it's just Great Western Railway trains, which sounds a bit weird, I know, but it's just what they call it now, which is a very strange thing. So we've got East Coast up next, and yes, she is a noisy one. Not noisy, but she can run pretty fast if I wanted to, but she's pretty slow as 43s go. She's pretty a slow one in comparison to the rest of them. She's a pretty quick model as things go. These are all premium models, they're not budget range at all. I'll show you the range on them sometime in another video. See the speed that they can go at them falling off. You hear that noise? It's not a car, it's not a taxi, it's the fans. Got rotating fans on this train. And I will show you that now because I know another train that's rotating fans in my collection. It's actually the East Midlands train. East Midlands has rotating fans. They don't draw air in like the real life things. These would have done to cool the air down on the real trains when they were speeding along at 125 miles an hour or 148, depending on the routes they were doing. But yes, she would have gone along with her 9-coach rate train at 125 miles an hour, or in some cases 148 miles per hour on the East Coast line between London's King's Castle, London Paddington area. She would come out of there and she would pull out of the train. We were on this train years ago. She was one of the fastest, probably used hybrids at the time, but now I think it's compatible against the 43 to a Javelin speed now. Here she goes. East Coast moving. So, while I keep running around, I'm going to get a different perspective of going in a minute. She's doing the rest of good, about 75 to 80 mile an hour, and she's doing it pretty smoothly. And I think she's just derailed the train. So we'll get the junior going in a minute. She's going to be the next one before intercity, because we're just flicking through them now because we're on the last three. But we've got the East Coast, then junior, then intercity to end the video off with, which will be great for people who want to see the intercity one. I want to do the other ones first because there might be other interesting 43 enthusiasts who want to see different liveries, 43 sets, and I am going to give them to you tonight. You can see all the ones I already collected in range of liveries I've already got to the ones I'm going to be collecting over next year through time, and I am going to be collecting more of them because I am very fond of making my railway a big place for the 43s. There we go. And I'm going to move this out of the way and there we go. I can't believe I've managed to ride the coach. Oh, that's not great. Really picking up the power then. How far is she going? I guess right now she's going about 90. She keeps the run. Just a nanosecond it stopped there on the straight there. But she's losing power, which is great. I got quick one. No, race now, and there she goes again. Will these over 43s ever break on me? No, not ever again. Honestly, I have learned my mistakes not to allow that to happen again. I made my errors on that a long time ago. To have a big table, not having it securely supported to when the trains were running on that route. I made my regrets ever since I've done that to these sets. How fast should she go? So, be quick. Let's slow down. So you're going nuts. I slowed her down because I'm just don't want to keep derailing. Well, disconnecting to a train. That's the thing. I don't want to keep disconnecting to a train. The couplings on this is not great, but however, there is some good side about having long couplings on the 43s. But overall, again, not a bad train. The colours are not my top favourite colours for the train, but I want to go from era to era with my layout with the HSTs because I will eventually hopefully get the blue Pullman as well as the cross country set next year. I want to get the in-city one next year, cross country blue Pullman, network rail one. I've really got East Midlands, I've really got I've really got the BR in city. So yeah, I want to get the Virgin one, cross country, Midland Permanent, Network Rail, cross country, and something of the same other ones. Virgin. I can't remember the other one. There's another one which hardly ever saw in my young life. In my younger life, should I say? When I was very young, they were everywhere. When I was growing up during the 90s and the year 2000, they were just dotted everywhere. There were 1,000 units of these sets everywhere across the whole country. They were literally the main train of the whole country. And yes, the top speed were allowed to do 148 miles per hour along the main line back in the coaches, the edge of the window cracked weird. And yeah, these trains were designed to go that fast. If they needed to, they could do it. It just depends on the route they did at the time, and depends on the drivers, if they were advanced to allow them to do such a speed with them, and if they were necessary to need to, because of where they were going to. So it did depend on the routes they did, with what runs they did with them. And I know for a fact that GNR and East Coast did a lot of big long runs for them. And I don't think GNR and East Coast are operational by that company anymore. I think it's owned by, is it Avanti? I think Avanti took over those companies years ago. I knew Virgin took over GNR for a while, but then East Coast bought them out. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. That GNR got bought out by Virgin. I didn't know that until I did my research on it. And it's crazy actually, because Virgin actually lost a lot of money during that year. During the 1980s to the early 2000s, there was hundreds of thousands of pounds on the trains, businesses and railways. They're not operational, I don't believe, anymore, but the trains, they're operated by so yeah, a lot of the 483 sets by Virgin were bought outright by EE and a few other companies. I think it's O2. I think it's O2. Yeah, there was a few companies were very questionable about what they did, but I'm sure they had their reasons, but it's just for EE, I wouldn't try to put my hands into anywhere near them for my things that I'll trust. So it's just, yeah. Virgin were great at the time from when they had a lot of them going for themselves for their business way back when, but nowadays they just don't have that capability option anymore. This is Junior with her friend, and she is struggling. I don't know why it's that way they couldn't derail. I'm not saying they go fast. And it's the connection between the train. This is why I have issues with this particular unit. It's not the power cord, the train car, it's the coaches. The coaches are, oh, they're not the newest sets. This is not my newest set of the 43s. She's one of my older sets, this one. Why does she have so much problems? Honestly, I can't understand what. causes so much issues with this one. But I could have done better with designing, or how I could have done with the trains for these sets, because yes, they might not be cheap units or cheap trains in general, because let's face it, they are these are the older 43 coaches because of the connection. They're just not perfect with each other. They're not lined up when they want to connect. There we go. Let's try that again. We'll put it up to mid. Okay. Just wander off without your train 43. There we go. I'm going to set in forwards direction this time. Hopefully you can take a train away this time. I'm not trying to be funny, but she does not want to avoid her carriages at all. It's her bogey, it's not to the actual units itself, but for some weird reason it's got bogies there. I get it. She's a strange one. And see the back one as well. We might have to move to the city in a minute, because she is not keen as I want to. She keeps doing weird things with her train. So I'm going to take her off, and I'm going to give her one more chance to be moved to the front, the carriage, this particular carriage. She can go to the back of the train, and she can be towed with the coupling to the front. I'm hoping, the same as last words, hoping that will solve the problem for now. I guess not. Stupid thing. Right. I just don't get it. Why is it not functioning? How strange. Don't know. Don't know. And I don't understand why. It's on. Ow. Okay. I can tell the sort of, these carriages have probably had their best fair share done when it comes to the trains. They're not the best. They have been running on the railway for a long time. These carriages are quite old. They're not new. They got them the same time as this train actually. So instead of spending just over £300 on this unit, that's it. Cheap. 259. Can't remember. It certainly was a while ago, because she was my first wife I owned, and I did spend a little bit on it when I bought her new. I wanted to change that to new stuff to go with my train, and I thought maybe it was a good idea to get some new stuff there. But yeah, the only way what is the best choice in my life to make the best decisions to just avoid something with carriages, especially, it was not the best choice. I broke for quite a while in that year. Anyway, I'm gonna cut out certain bits of this video because I know some people might complain. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna end this video off now with the City, the BI City set from the 1970s. If you did like this video, do a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys all next time. Until then, I will leave my last words with the last words with the let's just grab these sets and we'll end it up standing away. Excuse me. There we go. Oh yeah. Just before I let you guys go with her running around, just for end the video off, just for a heads up, anyone who wants to see other videos on my channel, please check out my link up onto the main channel, and you can see many videos up on the main channel, and you can decide what you want to watch when you want to watch them. So that's all I've got to say. If you guys want to see videos like that, just go and follow me on my main channel and you can see tons of different variety of content, including unboxing, mainline videos, heritage railway videos, holiday videos, yeah, there's a variety of stuff. Even the Flying Scotsman's on there, as well as the Intercity 43 sets from last year. So you can see them all up on my channel. I didn't do any logs for the efforts when I was ill, but I wasn't going to do that because it was just pointless. There we go. Right, Intercity is our last one to run tonight. We should call this. And I'm going to speed her up because I think she deserves it. She's actually one of the patient ones I've got. Speed her up here. And while I'm going to do that, I'm going to move the phone out for you. Right next to the tree, so there's people on hiding from the video. Let me put it over here for you. And zoom in. I'm just going to grab something up close to my mouth area of yesterday, I think. And so she was taking pictures of something. I was back in a second, guys. Hopefully the train doesn't do well in that time. I think we're all right where we are, I think. Should we get it down front? Step over. Just so we can get a start on the video. There we go. Not quite well for it, but she'll come past you in a minute. And we'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can see her. Do you have 1.5 bag or so? Yeah, let's go one full speed here. She's good. Yeah. She's pretty good at it, and she doesn't tend to fall off like the other one, so she's pretty good and stable at it. So I'm going to bring her to stop in front of the camera, which is going to be over here, instead of over that side. So let's just bring her in the range where the camera can see her. Can you see the ends? Just about. A bit more. There we go. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the 43s in running order. They're all working smoothly and reliably. So it's just got the time to put them all back again. That takes the longest. So yeah, have a great rest of your evening. I'll catch you all guys soon for another video. Have a great day and peace out.